Using Perspective Corner Pen to replace a video screen in Adobe After Effects. Let's say you have some moving video that looks like this, and you want to replace it with a graphic or with video like this. We do this by using motion tracking and Perspective Corner Pen, so you can replace it with a still graphic or with video. I've put a link to this video in the description. It is 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. I'm going to pick up that laptop video and drag it into the Make New Composition button in my project pen. And I have the perfect size composition that is as long as the piece of footage is. I have made this still graphic in Adobe Illustrator. You can make it in Photoshop or Illustrator, or grab any piece of video or graphic that you want. You will notice that it is 1920 by 1080. Just make it full screen. After Effects is going to do all the heavy lifting for us and figure out how to shrink it down into where we need it to be. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that graphic and put it on top of my laptop, and you can see that it completely covers it. For right now, I'm going to turn off the eyeball so it doesn't get in our way, but it's there ready to go. I'm now going to go back to our original video, and I am in the Motion Tracking workspace. So go to Window, Workspace, Motion Tracking. Make sure you are on your video that you want to replace the screen and click Track Motion. We're going to choose Perspective Corner Pen, and it's going to give us 4 tracking points. Now, we've tracked before just with one tracking point that you can look at in my earlier video. This time we're going to use Perspective Corner Pen. Zoom in just by scrolling your mouse, and of course you can have the space bar down and move it around so you can see what you're doing. We're just going to line these pens up with the corners of our screen. Make sure that you do not leave any little edges and get right on the very corners. Before you do anything, you need to make sure that you don't have any little edges like this. Realize that if you leave a few little pixels, it's going to show up when you're finished. So make sure that you get as perfect as you can to the edge. In fact, you may even want to go over the edge just a tad. These type of things can be fixed after you've done your tracking, but it's better if you can go ahead and fix it now. Now we've got our 4 points chosen. We're going to make sure our playhead is at the beginning of the footage, and we're going to click this button right here to analyze forward. Now it might not look like it's doing anything, but I'm going to pause it for a second and click Use so that you can see the keyframes that it's making. Look at all these keyframes that it has already generated. It's gone through each of the points and figured out exactly where they're moving. You can look on the screen and actually see where they have been and where they're moving. Those are all the little keyframes it has made. I'm going to continue analyzing it from this point. Okay, the computer's done a pretty good job seeing all these points. If we zoom in, we can see that it actually moved a decent amount across the screen as it was moving. I'm now going to go to Edit Target, and I'm going to tell it, what do you want us to do with all these points? Well, I want you to apply it to our graphic, which is called For Screen 1, and I'm going to hit OK, and then make sure to hit Apply. Now it has already done all the hard work for us. We can't really see anything because if you remember, I turned it off. So let's go back and turn the eyeball on for our screen. When I go back and play, hitting the space bar, you can see it has taken our graphic and put it perfectly into that screen. I think there's a few things we can do to make this look a little bit more realistic. One of the things I like to do is go into Effects and Preset and put a 4-color gradient ramp on it. Just type in gradient. Now the reason I like to use a 4-color gradient is because it has blending modes. So go ahead and take the 4-color gradient and throw it on your graphic. And we're going to go ahead and place these points in the corners, 3 in the corners and 1 in the middle. Second one, third one. The middle one needs to be white and all the rest of them need to be black. Now I'm going to go down to blending mode and change that to multiply. Bring the opacity down, and this just gives us a little bit more realism so it doesn't seem quite as bright. The last thing I like to do is put a little bit of a matte choker on it so that it gives it a tiny bit of an edge. So just type in choke. And I like the matte choker. The simple choker doesn't have as many choices. So we're going to throw that on there. And I'm just going to give it just a tad of an edge. And I might bring down the opacity of this just a little bit. So the choke is up to you. I think it just adds a little bit of something special to it, but it's completely up to you. Maybe a little bit more than that. There we go. Okay, and of course we could change this out to be video. I'm just going to go grab the video that we had, which is this giraffe. I'm going to go ahead and throw that down there, and you'll notice that this is a little bit smaller. This is actually HDV 1280 by 720. But that's okay. It will figure it out. Let's go and change it from what it had before. I'm going to go ahead and turn this one off, the screen off, and I'm going to go back to our original motion tracker. So click on the laptop screen. Back in the tracker, tell it on the laptop screen, we need to have tracker 1, which was perspective corner pin. We need to edit the target from the screen that we had to the giraffe video and say OK and apply. It's going to take all of those keyframes and transfer it from the one to the other one. And there we go. And once again, I think we need to add this little bit of a softness to it. I'm going to add a Gaussian blur to this. That might help. Just a 1 or 2 Gaussian blur. Now I'm going to open up our old graphic and copy both our 4-color gradient and our matte choker. Just going to shift and click on both of those, Control C to copy. Now go back over to giraffe in its effect control, Control V to paste, and it has put what we had already set up for us on the other one. It went ahead and put it on this one, so we didn't have to redo all that work with the choker and all of that stuff. This really didn't take that long, and that's a pretty good look right there. So this is Perspective Corner Pen using After Effects to replace a screen.